Miss Amy,
Yes, Kinda.
there's a book in the locker.
You still didn't go and get it?
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll just look at the screen and try to, and tomorrow I'll be in school. Tomorrow I'll be in school and I'll be doing my sessions there. So if you want to come pick up your, you can send anybody to come pick up your books. Okay? You can send someone to pick up your books with the key, and the nanny and I can go and get it together. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Good morning, Miss Amy.
Good morning, Mazen. How are you?
Good morning, Amy.
Good morning. Okay. So
Miss, what times it not open the screen?
yes, I didn't share anything yet. I just shared.
Miss Amy.
Yes, Kinda. Yes. Yes, Kinda. I can hear you. Yes, Kinda. What's wrong? Okay. So before we started, before we start our new story, yesterday we took a story about magnets, right? And we mentioned how that a magnet is a thing that attracts or pulls metal objects. Okay, we said that. Did you guys freeze? Did I lose connection? Okay, so sorry guys, I got disconnected. I'm sorry. Okay, can you guys see the screen now?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
I will make a
Amy.
I will make a quick.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. So I will
Miss Amy.
I will make a quick review on what we took yesterday, and then we should start with our new story.
Miss Amy.
So we said that yesterday's story was about.
Miss Amy.
Yes, yes, Kinda. Kinda, when I talk, you say Miss Amy, what's wrong? Okay, so yesterday's story was about magnets and how it attracts or pulls magnetic objects, okay? And we said that a magnet has two poles, the North Pole and the South Pole. So the magnet usually pulls things that are metal, all right, such as iron and steel, but it does not attract or pull plastic or wooden objects. Okay, and we said that we find magnets in different things, such as the door of the refrigerator. One side has a magnet and the other side has metal. That's why when we close the refrigerator, it closes and it seals very tightly because it attracts. Some parts of the train are also magnetic, but they have different poles facing each other. Okay, like if they must have a part of the train that is North Pole, so it can attract to the South Pole. If they're both of the same pole, they will repel. Repel means push away. Okay, and we also learned that scientists have practiced and tried using magnets with different objects, such as fast, heavier trains and what do you call, can opening the can opener, refrigerators, even on our smart board. And we said there's many things that are magnetic in our lives now, okay? Even if the thing is heavier and can run at a fast speed, okay? So we said that each story, the author has a purpose, means there's a reason for the author to write the story. And this week's story is to inform us or to teach us or give us information about a certain thing. So the first story was about magnets and how we can use magnets and how magnets work. And then we read a story about the science of the roller coaster and how roller coaster works and from the science part, right? Today, we'll be learning about gravity. Gravity is something that pulls you. There's a force that pulls you to the ground, okay? We have something around us called gravity. That's why we walk. We don't float or fly in the sky, okay? Without gravity, we would all be flying and floating, okay? So let's start learning about gravity, okay? I Fall Down by Vicky Cope. Vicky Cope is the author, illustrated by Julia Gorton. And illustrated means that the person who drew the pictures for the story, her name is Julia Gorton. Okay, I will start reading, and then I'll choose different people to read and explain. I'm sorry, guys. It keeps disconnecting me. I don't know why. Okay, so as I said, I will start. I didn't know I was disconnected, so I was talking. As I said, the story is about gravity. Gravity is a force that pulls us or pulls any object to the ground. Okay, without gravity, we would all be floating or flying in the air. Okay, so as we said, force is something that pulls or pushes an object to move. Okay, why are we all on the ground? Anything, human beings, objects must go down to the ground because we have something on Earth called gravity. Gravity is a force that pulls any objects to the ground, to the earth floor. Okay, let's start reading. Please, Anna, stop writing on the chat. Okay, the title of our story is I Fall Down by Vicky Cope. Vicky Cope is the author. She's the one that wrote the story. Illustrated by Julia Gordon. That means Julia Gordon is the one that drew the pictures for the story. Okay, on page 213, know what happens when you trip? You fall down. Okay, so sometimes things make you fall. Like sometimes when in class, I tell you move your bags to the side so no one can trip on it. So if you trip on something, you fall down. Why do we fall down? Due to gravity. Okay. On page 214, know what happens when you spill your milk? It drips down. Okay, so when you have a cup of milk and the cup falls, what happens? It starts to drip. Here, as you see here, there are drops of milk falling. Okay, so even liquid starts to fall down. Why? Due to gravity. Throw a ball up into the air. Watch what happens. It goes up for a short time, then it falls down. Okay, so even an object such as a ball, if you throw a ball up into the air, what happens? After a few seconds, it starts to fall down. Why? There's a force or a pull that takes the ball down. Okay, Stella? I'm gonna allow you guys to mute yourself now. Ella, go ahead and read page 215, okay? Go ahead.
Try toasting other things up in the air.
Yes. Here, your mom's.
Your mom's key. A block.
Yes, very
When
good.
something falls, which way does it fall?
Okay.
Does it ever fall up?
Okay, thank you, Tella. Very good. So what Tella just said, she read about more things that keeps that gravity pulls down. So as we said, if there's a cup of milk that falls, the milk, one second, the milk will start to drip. Okay, drops will start to fall. That's a liquid. Okay, and a bouncy object such as a ball. If you throw the ball up, something will pull it down. And if you try throwing other things, tossing means to throw things into the air, such as your keys, a blocks that kids play with to build the shapes. Uh, Everything falls back down due to the gravity. There's a force that pulls it down. Have you ever threw something into the air and keeps going more and more up? No. Okay. Every object must go down because of gravity. Okay, Kareem, page 206.
A force called gravity is as long as you are on Earth. You can't get away from it. Gravity is always pulling things. No which way. Down, down, down.
Yes, very good. Here is telling us the definition, the meaning of gravity. So what is gravity? Gravity is a force that pulls any object down. Okay, so as long as you are on Earth, we all live on this planet Earth. The gravity will pull you down. Even us as humans, we walk on the ground. We cannot go up into the air. Gravity is always pulling things down. Okay, which way does gravity pull you down? It pulls you down. It doesn't pull you up. Everything must goes down. Okay. Here is an example to show gravity. It says here, you can do it as an experiment at home. You can see how gravity pulls, okay? If you want to see how gravity pulls an object down, it says take a spoonful of molasses or honey. Molasses is like thick, like thick syrup, okay? Or honey, and point the spoon down like this, okay? It says here, take a spoon of molasses, thick honey, or thick syrup or honey, and start to point the spoon down so that the goo dribbles back into the jar, okay? So here the person took a spoon of honey and bends it a little bit down. So what happens? The goo here means the thick honey dribbles back into the jar, starts to go with a thick movement and it moves down into the jar in a slow motion due to the pull of the gravity. So even the gravity starts to pull thick liquid down. Okay, it says here, watch it. The goo stretches and gets longer and longer. It looks like a ribbon streaming into the jar. Gravity pulls the molasses from the spoon back into the jar. Okay, so if you want to really understand what gravity is and how it pulls objects into the ground, you can do this experiment. Okay, take a spoon of honey or a thick syrup and tilt it, and you'll see that it starts to pull very slowly, and then it starts to it gets longer and starts to fall like a long ribbon, but it goes down. It goes down, and of course, you'll put the jar under it to see how the gravity is pulling the thick syrup into the jar. Okay, thank you, Kareem. All right. Mazen Amr, I want to hear you read, Mazen. Every time I call on you, you don't read. Would you like to read?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Page 218.
Miss Amy. Do
Miss
some
Amy,
things. Do some things far faster than others. Try it and see. Hold a penny in one hand. Open your hand. Both start falling at the same time. Listen,
Listen.
listen,
I'm sorry.
and watch
Mhm.
as they hit the floor. Did either the penny or the key win the race, or was it a tie thing? It fell so fast it's hard to tell. See, see if there is a winner or a loser. Or a loser.
Okay. Okay. So,
Miss Amy,
yes.
what book?
Did you just come in? The literature anthology.
Information Anthology.
Yes, the
Miss
literature.
Amy, I got the small
The
book.
reading. The reading. No,
Amy,
1 second. The heavy reading book, the big one, the one with two swordfish, the one with two fish on it.
okay.
All right. Okay. So thank you, Mezin. So what Mezin just said,
Miss
it says
Amy,
yes.
I'm
Um. Yes, Kinda. Quickly, please.
not Kenda, I am Lily.
Yes, Kinda. Yes, Lily. What's wrong?
I want to read.
Okay, can I explain this part first? Okay.
Okay. Miss Amy.
So what Mezin just said, he says, do some things fall faster than others? Try and see. So the first thing, the first experiment was for you to see how gravity works. So it's about to take a spoon of a heavy, a spoon of honey or molasses and see how the gravity pulls it down into the jar. Here it says when you throw something into the air and it falls back down, is there a certain speed? So do some objects fall faster than others? It says let try and see. So here the boy is trying to throw or toss things into the air, such as keys, such as a penny. Here, a penny is like a coin, keys, a button, some candy mint, an apple, and a paper clip. Okay, so he says hold a penny and key in one hand. So here, with one hand, he has a penny and a key, and then he just, in one hand, and he just lets it fall. Okay, at the same time. He says, listen and watch as they hit the floor. Did either the penny or the key win the race, or was it a tie? So we have a penny and a key that were thrown from the boy's hand in the same time. So he's asking you, which one fell faster, or did they fall in the same time? Tie means that they both fell in the same speed or in the same time. Okay, things fall so fast, it's so hard to tell if there is a winner or a loser. Okay, so what do you guys think when you throw any of these objects? Which one would fall faster? The one with that is heavier in weight, or the one that is lighter in weight? Okay, wait, let me just add your friends. Okay, let's find out. Lily, go ahead and read 219.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Have lots of dropping races. But no matter whether the objects are big or small, it seems that it's always a tie. The only time you have a clear loser is when you drop something that the wind cloud
Could.
easily blow away, such as a feather or a tissue. You see air fighting gravity only with very light objects.
Yes. So here it's telling you like when you drop any of these objects, you feel like they fall in the same time, that they fall in the same time and speed. Okay? So it's always a tie. Your eye, they fall so fast, your eyes can't tell unless you are throwing something that is very light that can be blown away by the wind, like a feather or a tissue paper. Okay, so when you throw something very light like a tissue or a feather, the wind can fight gravity. It tries to blow it in a different direction. So you feel like it falls in a slower speed. But sometimes when you throw an apple and candy and a button, you feel like they all fall in the same time. You cannot tell. It falls so fast, you cannot tell which one fell first, unless there's a very light object. Okay. All right. Okay. Darwin. Okay, go ahead. Here, that is a different story. Here in space, okay, there's no gravity. Space, outer space, like with all the planets, there's a different
I
story.
know.
Okay, go ahead. Go, Darwin.
If 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 there were no air, you would find that gravity
One
pulls
second.
everything
Maybe
at
somebody's
the
unmuted. Let me,
same.
sorry, Darwin. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead, Darwin. From the beginning.
If there were no air, you would find gravity pulls everything at the same speed. Astronauts proved this on the moon where there is no air. Every dropping race was a tie. Amazing but true.
All right. So here it says if there were no air, you would find that gravity pulls everything at the same speed. So here, when there's no air, okay, you would find that that gravity pulls everything at the same speed. So up in space here, there's a skateboard. The boy just threw a skateboard and a feather. Because up in space, there's no gravity, it just pulls everything at the same speed. Okay, astronauts prove this on the moon where there is no air. And anything that you drop, whether it's a heavy object or a light object, they both fall at the same speed, okay, or at the same time, okay. And a boy, of course, this is not a real boy. This is not a real astronaut. It's just showing a boy throwing a skateboard and a feather, and they both fall at the same time, okay. It says here on page 221, does everything land with the same force? So we just talked about how to prove gravity and how gravity um, makes things fall either at the same time or at different time. Here it says, what about the force? The push and pull, how strong is it? Okay, do some things hit harder than others? Here's a way to find out. Have someone drop a dry sponge into your hand from about a foot above it. Next, try a small bar of soap. Which hits your hand harder, the sponge or the soap? Try dropping lots of things into your hand. Soon you will discover that some things hit harder than others. Okay, so if I have, for example, one of you guys standing with your hands open, both of your hands open like this, and then I throw, one second. Senaberry and Anna, can you please stop writing on the chat? Okay. So if I have someone with their hands open, and then I throw a sponge into one hand, and then I throw a dry soap on the other hand, which one will hit harder? The sponge or the soap? Senaberry, what do you think? Okay, so if I throw a sponge on one hand and a soap on one of your friend's hand, which one will hit harder? The soap. The soap will hit harder because of it's heavier, right? Esther, Malik, Muhammad, Muaz, and you can leave the meeting. I can remove you from the meeting and I'll write you as absent if you guys won't stop. Okay? Jumana?
Yes.
Go ahead. Read 222.
Now hold the bar of sponge
Soap.
soap in on one
One.
hand and the sponge in the other,
Yes, very good.
which is
Yes, here.
half
Heavier.
the half. This, can you say
Heavier.
it again?
Which is heavier? Heavier. Which is
Having
more
the
heavy. Okay?
or the soap.
Yes. Move your hands. Go ahead, Jumana. Move your hands.
Move your hands up and down to feel the difference.
Okay, here's another experiment. Instead of throwing the soap in one hand and throwing the sponge, you can hold a soap in one hand and the sponge on the other hand and move your hands up and down until you feel the difference of the weights. Okay, which one is heavier, the soap or the sponge? Okay, this is another experiment to see the difference in weight. Okay, Joy, 223.
Yes.
Okay, honey, go. Read the 223, please.
Your hands stop the sponge and the soap from falling to the ground.
Yes.
But you can still feel gravity's pull from the soap and sponge when you hold them in your hands.
Okay,
This
yes,
pull is called weight.
thank you. Very good. So here, as you just read, it says when you move your hands up and down to see which one is heavier, the soap or the sponge, you feel like your hands are stopping the soap and sponge from falling. But there's something that pulls the soap and sponge when you go down. What is it? What is pulling the soap and soap and sponge? The gravity, and this pull is also called your weight, the weight, to see which one is heavier. The more the more the object is heavier, it pulls your hand down, so it's the weight. Okay, so again, Moaz, can you tell me what's the meaning of weight?
To what heavy it is.
How heavy something is. Okay, so this is also an experiment to show the weight of these two objects, the sponge and the soap. All right. Okay, Moaz, read 224.
Okay. The heavier.
Where are you? Can you see the screen? 224.
Okay. لا. You can see if one object is heavier than another weight letting in is
Without
without letting
Letting.
either of them fall. Here's how.
Okay.
Get two rubber
Bands.
bands
Get 2 rubber bands.
the same size. Tie one of your shoes to one rubber band. Tie one of your
Parents.
shoes to the other
Rubber band. Okay, thank
band.
you. Okay. So yes, Adam.
I finished the story. Can I leave the meeting
No,
now?
no, honey. No. No, honey, you cannot leave. Okay. It says here, you can see if one object is heavier than another without letting either of them fall. Okay. So if we want to see the difference in weight of these two objects, it says get 2 rubber bands. Okay. So I will tie one rubber band to the boy's shoe and the other rubber band to his dad's shoe. Okay, to see the difference in weight. Okay.
Miss Amy,
Yes, Lena.
Miss Amy,
Yes, I'm listening.
can I read?
Okay, I was just gonna call your name, honey. Okay, read 225. Go. Now that we tied each shoe with a rubber band, we're gonna see what we're gonna do next to see the difference in weight. Okay. Let me just mute. Okay, go. Okay, go, Lena. Lift. Lena. Yes, go ahead.
Both shoes by the rubber bands. Which rubber band stretches more?
Go ahead.
The heavier shoe stretches
The rubber stretches the rubber band. Yes. Very good, Lena. Continue, honey. Lena, are you still with us? No? Okay. Barry, would you like to continue reading? Quickly. The last paragraph at the bottom, okay? Go ahead.
finished.
The heavier at the bottom, page 225. The heavier shoe.
Heavier shoes. Sorry.
Can you see the screen or no? You guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see number 9. Bend more.
Oh, the heavier shoe stretches the rubber band more. You don't know where we are? Lemma, can you stop?
Yes.
Yeah. You weren't paying attention or what?
No, each
Okay.
and
Yes, the heavier stretches the rubber band more. Each rubber band acts like a scale to measure the weight. So here now, the rubber bands are used to, like, it's an object used to measure the weight of each shoe. Okay, so what did the boy do? The boy, he tied the rubber band to the string of each shoe, his shoe and his dad's shoe. And then he pulls them up, he raises them up. And then the both shoes starts to pull the rubber band down. Okay, the one that pulls the rubber band more is the heavier. Okay, so the rubber band here is used as the scale to measure the weight of each shoe. So as you see here, the dad's shoe is heavier because it pulls the rubber band more down. Okay, all right. Lana, are you back or no? All right. Okay, Sandra, read 226. I think she's not here. Okay, one more time. Sandra? Okay. Joy, Anne, you read? Which one read? Anne, would you like to read 226?
Yes,
Okay, go. Okay, even if the meeting cuts, when you come back, just tell me, okay? Because I don't forget.
Okay, 1 minute.
All right.
Okay. Your weight is a
Measure.
measure of how hard you fall when you fall down. How much does your mother or father weigh?
Okay, continue, honey. Continue to the next page.
The more you weigh,